Good morning. It is January the 11th, 2017. Time to kick off another trading day. With our usual disclaimer, hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations, unlike an actual performance record. Simulated results do not represent actual trading. Also, since the trades have not been executed, the results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they are designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profit or losses similar to those shown. Gotta love these bureaucrats. We're keeping them busy. We're doing our part to help the economy. And Kenneth, I'm going to turn off your mic, okay? Not sure I can do it. I'll have to go to the other machine. Or you may turn off your mic, Kenneth. How about that? So I don't have to go to another machine. Anyway, it is January the 11th, and the biggest news factor today will be Trump's press conference at 11 a.m. The news this morning is the Atlanta business inflation indicator. It was 2.1 the last time. Nobody paid any attention to crude oil. Up 9/10, almost a million barrels. Last night the APIs built 1.5, so the directional calls in. Distillates built 5.5. That was the biggest negative. But crude got slammed yesterday, and it usually recovers a little bit overnight. But Trump's 11 a.m. speech will be the market's focus today. The market will be looking for the aggressive implementation of his proposed changes in taxes and industrial policy. If he sticks to the script, it will be supported for the stock market. It actually will be supported for bond markets too, but the reaction will probably be opposite that of the stock markets. Right now we're in the auction. Today is the 10-year auction. The 5 and 10-year, the intermediate auctions are, if there's going to be a weak auction, it comes with those. So 27 to 31 is sell 1. Playing for a trading range with an up bias. 03 to 07 sell 2. On the buy side, 17 to 21 buy 1. 9 to 13 buy 2. Pretty much where we were yesterday. It's been that way so far this week. Not getting a lot of movement. And I expect it to be the same today until Trump picks up the mic. And what Trump does, there's a lot of false news out on Trump and you know, the news has just been despicable. Having affairs with his daughter Ivanka. Yesterday 4 Channel put out a fake CIA report that the mainstream media bit on, that was not flattering at all and was frankly lies, but the mainstream media chose to run with it, and he faces that every day. I mean, the entire crony capitalists, including Republicans too, mainstream media, academia, the entertainment industry are lined up against him, and they see it their duty to take him down, even if that means lying, which has never bothered anybody on the left. So my guess is that Trump probably will come back in and strongly reiterate that he plans to do exactly what he said he was going to do. Going to hit the ground running and implement his proposed policies as fast as possible. First resistance is 28 to 53. Sell 3 to 7. 11 to 15 for sell 2. On the buy side, support 12 to 16, maybe at 20. So buying 5 to 9, and buying 29 still ones. You know, one of the things that really helps me in my assessment of the news is that I don't read opinions. I read raw news, and by piecing together a lot of different stories, you can get a pretty good idea of what's going on. And in the financial press, for every buy article, there's a sell article out there. So we don't have this uniform feeding of the news out to us. So we got a pretty good chance of putting the markets in their proper context. Whereas if you listen to the mainstream media, it's pretty much propaganda. And the way to handle that is that if they say it's so, it isn't so. You take the opposite side of that. That's been probably the most effective way to get around the lies that we have to put up with continuously. And yeah, it's a shame because you really do need good, solid information if you're going to make correct decisions. And it'd be, you know, to base your affairs on having to fade every mainstream news article. It's not really a good thing. See, Kenneth still hasn't turned off his mic, so just a sec. You come in the morning, be sure to turn off your mic switch up there at the top. It's important. It's important. Okay, gold. The best resistance is at 1200. The market is slowly trading higher, and you can see that just looking at where the volumes are. And this movement of the mode, the money is in the mode. Over time is your key. Now you can see right here that the volume is equal overnight. So 90, 92, sell one, and we'll make it 94, 96, but the low volume number is at 99, 1199. I don't think we're going to have a big day today, but Trump's press conference could change that. 85, 87 is support. We do have a B. We might be able to buy a little bit better than that. And then 80 to 82. So we'll look for a 80 minus 90 plus market today. Okay, one of the articles this morning was talking about the importance of the Trump news conference because people were looking for something to some reason to add to their quote-unquote risky positions, and it's been our contention that the market is long. The big players have already positioned. They're waiting to see what's going to happen, so the market has been controlled. The stock markets or equities have been controlled by the trading community or exchange members. And that comment in that particular article, I think it was the overnight market summaries, confirmed that for me. Okay, the euro's natural direction is down. That does not mean it can't rally, but you can just come right here and you can see we're at support right in here. If we can break this 105 and a quarter area right in here, then we have this attractor down here at 104, looks like 90 to 95, so stops below 105. First buy will be 105, buy one, and then 475 is buy two. On the sell side, leaning against that low there, so 40 to 50. And frankly, you may have to sell lower lows to get in on this one, and then we've got 65 to 75 for sell two. Okay, crude oil, the APIs last night had a build of 1.5 million barrels in crude. 1.7 million barrels of gasoline and 5.5 million barrels of distillates. There was a draw at Cushing, so the market is expecting a build of crude this morning. There's only been one time that the of late where the APIs and EIAs were at odds with each other. Came in last night wanting to sell 51 evens, 51 and a quarters. I believe the high is 32. Yesterday's lows at 70 weren't hit. The attractor, the drawdown here is 50.34. The next low volume number is way down there at 49.34. So we've got a low volume number at 51.75, a low volume number at 49.34, and we've got the attractor at 50.34. Well, that's our trading target, is 50.34. Might be cute. It tends to try to, in the day session, find where resistance is. So we've got this high volume number at 39. So 51.25, 51.54, sell 1. 75 to 52, sell 2. And we'll put a question mark here at 51. On the buy side, 50-50, 50-25, picking up this number. That's our attractor right there, buy 1. And then 49.75, 50. Stops below 50 for buy 2. And the E-mini still have an upward bias. One of the things that we really forget when we trade the E-mini, and everybody's so afraid of missing the top in the trading community. Long-term investors have figured out a long time ago that the biggest risk in the E-mini, even when it corrects 40, 50, 60%, is not being in the market. And I certainly proved it in my experience. I've really been very, very good at picking the tops in markets. I've not been very effective for the longer term of getting back into the stock market. Conversely, on bonds and the rest of it, I play both sides probably equally as well. But the real risk, there was a study put out that if you miss the 30 biggest days in the Dow, in the Dow's history, I mean, it would cut your long-term returns from 7% plus to a little bit over 2%. Which would make debt a pretty attractive alternative. So the danger in the E-mini is the explosive moves to the upside, not necessarily to the downside. There's all sorts of talks out right now, you know, sell on the Trump inauguration, rumor fact trading situation, and it is on paper potentially pretty good rumor fact situation. What might make it not work is that everybody is talking about it. And the stuff usually comes in from left field. So right now, best support is in that 50-55 area, and best resistance is 70 to 75. That's about a 25 point trading range. 62.5 would be right in the middle of it. We're kind of right in the middle. We've got volume from yesterday and volume over here at 22.65. The low volume number on the screen's down at 48. You can see 22.30. The numbers fall off pretty quickly down there. So put this together with yesterday's, definitely a B. We do a W split right here. We're trying to trade down, so maybe 50. I'm going to put question mark at 60, but we'll put 55, 57 by 1. Going to lean against support. Put a question mark at 60, and then 50, 52 by 2. Trump's speech / press conference. I don't know exactly what it'll be. For the politician, they tend to be speeches. We'll make 64, 66, sell 1. 69, 72, sell 2. Trump is a master in being in front of the camera and on stage. He's perfected it over 20 plus years. Be interesting to see how he handles the hostile press that'll be out for blood today, trying to further discredit his upcoming presidency. And we'll take it from there. It'll take a bit to get everything up and posted. I'm going to get busy on that. I will be back with you as soon as possible.